It's very important for us now because we see in America there are elections. In Israel too, there will probably be elections all over the world. People think they can change society, that they can change the country, and that their future depends on it. But as much as we've gone through in history, we see that however it turns out that it's not really up to people, but rather it all depends on how a person corrects his attitude to others and to the world, on the extent to which he grasps the principle that he is in a uniform system of Adam HaRishon, a complete system, and only the relationships among us, how I relate to others, this is what determines to what extent this system, as I reveal it, will work on me and react, and I will feel that I am in a complete world. Meaning everything nevertheless depends on the correction of the individual. We don't need to wait for the correction of the whole world. All we need is to correct ourselves. We help each other. In the 10, we come to a state where each one has to see the 10 as complete, perfect, everyone working toward connection and correction. To the extent that we do this internal concentration, this internal focusing of our vision, of our senses, because vision is the highest sense, we call it vision. So if we look at each other in the 10 in this way, and at the 10, that we are all together and each one has to correct himself, by this we become a group, a cell. That's correct in the general system. And then we'll see that this general system also doesn't exist. It all shrinks, so to speak, compresses into the 10 original sfirot. So everything comes out from the system of Adam, in which we don't need to correct anyone, but rather a person lives within himself, with his own reshimot, recollections. He has to correct his reshimot until he discovers the world of Ein Sof, a corrected world. This is what Kabbalists have discovered throughout history, all the states until the end of correction, because it's not dependent on what we see now, but it's toward each and every one individually. It's revealed. If you want to see the world as perfect, you don't need to work outside of yourself so much to correct it, but only inside. And also the dissemination that you do outside is also so that you would change within. So you'd be included in all the deficiencies and all the states that seemingly exist outside of you. And that way you'll discover that it's all in you. The world is in you. We read it several times. We didn't really understand it before. Now we can understand it better. And we don't need to wait another 1,000 years or a thousand more years until we have the general correction and we will all see it. It all depends on our own corrections, if we see it or not. That we are only in the light of Ein Sof.